Sir, we are going live. Just wait.
Okay, sir.
Now we are live, sir.
So
Vishal, sir,
welcome. Yes, sir.
now you can start.
Okay, sir. So thank you, dear audience. Today it is a proud privilege of mine to introduce my old friend and a very senior academician, Dr. Nikhil Agarwal, to all of you. Dr. Nikhil Agarwal is currently working as CEO first at IIT Kanpur, that is Foundation for Innovation and Research in Science and Technology. He is responsible for incubation and innovation at IIT Kanpur. Before that, he is the former CEO of Innovation Society, Government of Andhra Pradesh. The role of Innovation Society is to kickstart the innovation agenda and promote entrepreneurship in the sunrise state of India. Dr. Agarwal has also founded business and advised firms on strategic matters in last 20 years of his career. He has worked with global multinationals like Cadbury's, Genser, that is of RPG Group. He has lectured at leading global universities like Virginia Technical, University of Bradford, University of Edinburgh, and University of Cambridge in visiting capacity. His interviews and works are extensively covered in international media, including Harvard Business Review, Forbes, CNN Money, BBC Radio, the New York Times, to name a few. He has served on many international think tanks and holds leadership position in global organizations. You will be happy to know that he has served as high-level advisor to United Nations Global Alliance on ICT and Development between 2008 to 2012, board member at World Entrepreneurship Forum and Open Mind Foundation, respectively. He was the first Asian to be elected as co-chair of prestigious Internet Society Advisory Council for 2008 to 10. In 2017, he was nominated as fellow of ICT2 Institute, University of Texas at Austin. Professor Agrawal has traveled extensively around the world and worked with global institutions, corporations, and multinationals. He has published over 40 research papers, conference publications, and articles in top journals. He writes his column Snake Charmer in Times of India and Economic Times, which is the largest newspapers in the world by circulation. He founded entrepreneurcafe.org, which is one of the world's largest entrepreneurship network. Dr. Agarwal is alumnus of University of Cambridge and University of Edinburgh in UK. Now, without wasting any more time, I invite Dr. Nikhil Agarwal to enlighten all of us with his vast knowledge and experience on the topic employment opportunities through entrepreneurship in COVID era. Dr. Agarwal, please.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Bishnoi. It's such a lovely to see you after many years. In fact, it's a ghar wapsi for me too. Not only coming back to UP after working many years in India, in abroad. Uh, in fact, I left Uttar Pradesh in year 2004 when I joined SPJN as a professor, and then there was a short stint at UK, back to Pune, again in UK, then gone to Hyderabad to work with Chandrababu Naidu. So it was quite an interesting Bharat Darshan as well as the Videsh Darshan. But now it's fascinating to come back to the heartland, the kind of love and the kind of the food taste that you get in heartland is nowhere else. So as Hindi में बोलते हैं जैसे कि सबसे सबसे अच्छा घर अपना. So it's very good to come back. I joined IIT Kanpur 1 year, almost more than a year now. 1 year, few months back, and at that time I was working with Chandrababu Naidu. So uh, during my engagement with Naidu, and Naidu lost his job, so I also lost my job. So it goes like this. So I'm sure some of you are very interested in the US elections today. Some of you must be supporting Trump and some of you must be supporting Biden. So that will have a large impact on our economy either way. The India-US relationship pretty strong. Uh, and whether it's H1B visas, whether it's startups, whether it's employment, and many of you students who are looking for employment in United States, the next 4 years will, now the incoming president will determine that what will happen. Many of you may even end up working in Europe and other places. That will also determine, because American policies largely dictates the European policy and other policies. So certainly is an important election for world economy. We are watching it very closely. Hopefully some positive news for India will come in. So for us, it does not matter whether Trump wins, Biden wins. Ultimately, the India should win. That's a whole point for us.
True.
Uh, Now, the topic for today is employment opportunity at the time of COVID. Now, a lot of people say that it's an unprecedented change that is happening. I absolutely agree with it. But when the people say it's a threat, that's something which we have to see, that how we can change this threat into opportunities. And I'll show you a PPT and I'll show you some of the examples that how people have done it. Not just one, not just two, but 4 or 5 case studies that immediately I work closely with, that have used this opportunity of crisis. So every crisis is an opportunity. Remember that.
Right.
So how the people have changed and used this crisis and developed not only employment for themselves, but they have provided employment for hundreds of others. Some of these companies have raised millions of dollars. Their companies have raised their valuations. How this has happened, and that's my inherent belief that no crisis should go waste. Uh, if there is a crisis for somebody, is an opportunity for somebody else. So if you recall that India was not having enough masks or sanitizers. Today we are one of the largest producer of masks and sanitizers. We are exporting. We were not having enough ventilators. Today we are one of the largest. We were importers of ventilators 7 months back. Today we are exporting ventilators. So examples exist. So let me share my screen. I hope you can see this screen. So I'll tell you a story, in fact, 3 stories that will give you a glimpse of what has happened in the last few months. It will give you a good memory jog. And that will also give you some idea about what we are doing at IIT Kanpur, and how not only the students of IIT, but also the students of Shobit University can come along and work with us. So IIT Kanpur Incubation Center is around 20 years old, though I joined just 1 year back, but the incubation center was founded in year 2000 with some money from SIDBI and the government of UP. Today, we are, in fact, since most of you are from UP, you will be proud to know that we are the largest incubator in the country. By size wise, by reputation wise, we have close to 100 companies today incubating with us from all across the country. And the another surprise that will be there for you, that more than 60% of the companies that are incubated with us are non-IITians. And any kind of student, any kind of young person, or any kind of even the mature entrepreneurs can join the incubator. The only criteria is that you need to have a great idea. You need to have Indian citizenship, and the company should be registered in India. Even if you are in Singapore, but the company is registered in India, we can incubate you. So that's an advantage of our incubator. So I'll tell you 3 stories and how and that will answer this topic today, that how the employment opportunities can be created through entrepreneurship at the time of crisis. So something which you will agree that it's unprecedented times. It's a difficult time for many people, though it may be an opportunity. I said it's an opportunity for us, but generally speaking, it's a tough time. People don't have jobs, the restaurants are closing up, the transportation is not happening, the hotels have not opened up, the trade is not happening. Yesterday evening, I went to meet one visiting person, and he was living in a hotel in somewhere in Paharganj. That's one of his favorite hotel. So normally you avoid going to Paharganj because there are too many hotels and too many people. It's practically impossible. And this time of the year, in October end, it is full of foreign tourists. In fact, you will be struggling to find an Indian guy if you go to Paharganj during this time normally. But yesterday when I went there and I was surprised, it took us less than 8 minutes from Connaught Place to come to Paharganj. It takes around 45 minutes if you are from Delhi, and if you have traveled around that side, you will know, because Sadar Market is next door. The New Delhi railway station is there. The whole Paharganj area is pretty crowded. It was empty. 8 minutes, just straight 8 minutes, it took me from Connaught Place Circle to come down to Paharganj to that particular hotel. And majority of the hotels, the hotel which I visited was a very known hotel of Paharganj, is called Shipra International. Usually it is buzzing with activity. There were hardly 4 rooms which are occupied. So it's a difficult time. And not only the people who are employed by the hotel industry, people who also supply the raw material to the hotel industry. So it's interconnected activity. I live in Vasundhara in Ghaziabad, and my office is in Sector 62 in Noida. So IIT Kanpur also have a small campus in Noida. So I partially sit in Kanpur and partially sit in Noida, but my family lives here. So whenever I go to my office a couple of days a week. It takes me less than 10 minutes to reach my office. The reason is that whole of Sector 62, 63 is empty in normal times, because all these top companies are there, HCL and all these companies are there. So the vehicles are parked, there is a buzzing activity happening, going around, but that is not there. So that demonstrates that we are into unprecedented times. So we require different kind of ideas to get through this. It is not the regular ideas, it's not the regular app making business, or not the regular e-commerce business that will work. All of these businesses have failed. I recall there was a article, in fact, interview given by the Airbnb CEO. He said it took me 12 years to build up a business called Airbnb, and my valuation was almost $40 billion before COVID happens. Today, it has taken just few months to destroy a complete business. Now they are rebuilding. Now the Airbnb is rebuilding, because it is the trend is going on that people don't want to go to the big hotels. To people feel safe to go to a smaller hotel or smaller flat. Uh, Another company, Uber. Uber was dependent on people going from one place to another. Now the work from home policy, now people are not going anywhere. In fact, for a very long time, in particular even in urban India, urban Western places, people have stopped buying cars because it's so easy to take an Uber. If you are in middle of London, it costs you a lot to drive a car, to park. For example, if you are driving in London, it can cost you almost 2-3 thousand rupees a day just to park your car and do your meetings. If you are in New York, it can cost you up to $40 to $50, which is 2-3 thousand rupees to park a car for a day. It is very expensive just to park a car. Forget about owning the car. So if you are going to the office every day, imagine in London today, even in a Connaught Place, it costs 50 rupees an hour to park a car. So if you have work for 5 hours, your 250 rupees you have to pay. So imagine all the so most of the executives were traveling by Uber, or they were taking metro. It was very easy to go. Now all the business model has gone for a toss. Nobody wants to take an Uber. Nobody wants to go with the metro. Metros are running empty. People, there is an uptick into the auto sector. More number of cars have been sold in auto sector than in last 2 years in this particular month. The reason is people want to feel safe in their own car, people want to travel, and the result is that there is more jam on the highway. So there is changing business models. Business models are changing. The business model that we have thought will work in the past is not working anymore. So coming back to what we did and coming back to our stories, uh, so I still remember it was March 18th. In fact, I was in Lucknow on March 13th or 12th, and we had a one MOU signing in front of the Chief Minister. We signed that MOU, and 13th I came back to Hyderabad. At that time, I was living in Hyderabad. My family was there, so I traveled back to Hyderabad, and I thought that I'll go back to Kanpur on 16, which is Monday, March 16 on Monday. But then the IIT sent an email that is a work from home. You don't have to come. And on 18, 19, it was fairly clear that things are not going fine the way it should be, because world over things were closing down. It was just a matter of time. India will also close. So we were like doing all kind of back end calculations. There was a very interesting article came around 18th or 19th of March in Times of India. It says that India has only 9,000 ventilators in the entire country. At that time, if you recall, today the ventilators are not so critical because I think doctors have figured out how to treat COVID. So the fatality rate has decreased, the dependency of ventilators has decreased. But at that time, if you recall, everything was like we have to. If you get a COVID, you have to go on ventilator because your lungs will get affected, your breathing will get affected. You have to go on ventilator. So at but that particular article projection, India in March needed 200,000 ventilators, but there were just 9,000 ventilators. And a city like, I can guarantee you, you are sitting in Meerut. Meerut at that time in March, you can ask the hospitals, maybe 4 or 5 ventilators in entire Meerut at that time. Today there may be more. Kanpur, Unnao, Kannauj, Bahraich, these companies, all other than Kanpur, these cities have not seen ventilators at all. They don't know how to operate them. Hospitals have not heard about the ventilators. So 9,000 ventilators were primarily into big cities like Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida. These big cities were having some ventilators, and government hospitals were not having enough. So on 21st, the lockdown was the stay at home was announced by Prime Minister. 22nd lockdown announced. Around 22nd or so, there is a bunch of 3 or 4 of our candidates who are having one company called Noka Robotics. They came to us. They said, and they as a robotic companies, what they do is they make robots to clean solar panels. So imagine that you have a very large solar panel in acres and acres of land, and because India is a very dusty country, so a lot of dust comes on the panel. So if your dust is on the panel, it become dirty. You cannot clean them. So you require a manual cleaning can take many days just to clean. By the time you clean one side, another set of dust will come. So you require robotic method to clean the dust very quickly and several times a day, so that you can get the best output from the solar panel. So Noka Robotics were designing those kind of robots in cleaning the solar panels in a large setting. They came to us. They said, "Sir, I think there is an opportunity to make a ventilator, and we can make a ventilator." Now that was something at that time quite funny and also very serious, because none of us ever seen ventilator at that time. We are engineers, we are not doctors, and none of us have ever seen the ventilator. And ventilator is a very complex machine, more complex than a car. Ventilator need 1,000 parts, and the car can stop working, but the ventilator, imagine like if your loved ones are on the ventilator and somebody is breathing with a ventilator, somebody is breathing with a ventilator, even for 30 seconds, less than 30-second ventilator stops, the person dies. It cannot stop working. The ventilator has to work continuously, flawlessly. So that complicated machine is there, ventilator. And And 22nd of March, we have never seen a ventilator in our life. But we said, abhi lockdown ho gaya, what do I have to do? Nothing to be done. There are no classes, there is no office, nothing. So let us do that. And we took up that challenge. And you will be surprised to know we developed a task force, and eventually we have created a ventilator from the scratch from 22nd March to 15th of May, approximately, or you can say end of the May. We not only developed the ventilator, we tested them out, and today there are many months which have passed, but there are more than 400 500 ventilators within the country where their live patients are there on our ventilators, and not a single fatality, not a single challenge. Forget about fatality, not a single challenge. The ventilators are working just fine. Now, how does it happen? Now, today, the company at that time when they were making robots, the company was maybe less than 10, 12 crores valuation. Today, that company valuation is 500 crores in 7 months' time. And they have provided jobs to another 100, 150 people who are now involved in making ventilators. Now, that was an absolutely new business opportunity for us. Uh, India was importing ventilators till 22nd until May. In fact, the Trump came on TV and he said, "Oh, we have given 100 ventilators to India." Today, I can say, "Okay, if you want 1,000 ventilators, give us some money now. I'll give you tomorrow morning." 7 months that has changed. And not only us, there are some other companies who have done that. And the Prime Minister came online and Mann Ki Baat, he tweeted about the IIT Kanpur ventilator that we'll start working on this. That was the first story. Another company, and these people like Noka Robotics people are all 24, 25-year-old young students. They fresh graduates, like 3, 4 years graduate. They started doing all these things. Another story. The middle one, which you see where the Prime Minister is sitting and doing Puja Ayodhya, some of you may have realized. And down below, you can see the two researchers. The left is our director, Professor Abhay Karandikar. On the right, there is a researcher called Dr. Sandeep Patil. Dr. Sandeep Patil has an inspirational story. I don't have a photograph to show, but he used to live in a kacha house. गांव के अंदर कच्चा घर होता है ना, गोबर गोबर पोत देते हैं. That kind of house he used to live. He was born and brought up there in that house. Today he drives 5 Series BMW. The only 5 Series BMW come to IIT campus is Sandeep Patil's his company, and he's still not even 40. He's 35. What he did, he worked very, very hard. He studied hard, and he get into the chemical lab, and he did his PhD in chemistry. And he came with a technique his work was on nanotechnology, and he come with a fiber that can block 99.9% of pathogen and viruses in nanotechnology. So at that time when the India was struggling for the mask, in fact I also use this mask, is right there in my drawers. So this is called Swasa mask. Now this Swasa mask, normally the N95 mask, which is started by 3M, was useful to block only 95% of the pathogens and pollutants and other things. Sandeep Patil has gone further. With using his technology, now 99.9% of the pathogens and the virus and the allergens can be stopped with this virus. When in March and April, I remember some of us has bought the mask, like it was said N95 mask will, and I have to ask one of my doctor friend to get 4 masks for us, and with very difficulty he was able to get 4, 5 masks for us, and that was costing 500 rupees each. Today, we are producing more than 200,000 masks in Kanpur with this company, with the production cost of 25 rupees and 99.9%, not 95. None of them are imported. We are even exporting. So Prime Minister, when the first time he came out of his house, that was first time he came for the public meeting, was to attend the Ayodhya ceremony, and he was wearing our mask. because he felt safe. He was not using any international mask or supplied by US or Japan, but he was wearing a mask which is manufactured, which is invented and manufactured in Kanpur, nowhere else. And the person who used to live in a kacha house, imagine. Now, I was joking with somebody, I was saying that there may be 1,000 SPG guards to guard the prime minister, his body, but only there is one mask which is there to guard against the virus which he is wearing. So that kind of and now Sandeep Patel company, which was again few crores worth at that time, because today they are doing a business of 10 lakh rupees a day. More than 1 crore a month he is earning just by selling masks. So that is a tremendous, and of course he is able to provide hundreds of jobs. Third story was again related to COVID, during the COVID time, and these type of machines does not exist. We have never thought about these machines before March and April. One company in Hyderabad, they said that we will create an intelligent chamber which can not only judge about your temperature, which can measure your temperature, but also it can disinfect you completely. They came with a intelligent chamber. It was installed in AIG hospital, which is the largest gastroenterology hospital in the world, is 1,000 bed. It is installed at the entrance of that hospital. And then the government of India tweeted about that intelligent chamber, which is touch free, and now it's been installed in ITC hotels. It is installed in ICICI banks, head offices. This chamber has been installed. And again, I am saying once again to reiterate, none of these products were even thought of before April. And where we are, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Now it's been 7 months. And all these companies are doing roaring business. So the crisis is an opportunity. Crisis and a crisis for some, but particularly for the educated people, if you are aware, if you are educated, if you have willingness to do innovation, if you have willingness to take up the challenges, willingness to start something, there is no better opportunity than crisis, because everybody is crying. You may be the only one who will have a last laugh. So think about that. I will stop the PPT here. There are a lot of slides, but there is no need to show. Think about that how you can develop, how you can flip the odds, how you can change an opportunity. Within the crisis, there are, in fact, coming to startups, give you some statistics from Government of India. In the last 3 months' time, 16,000 new startups have applied for startup certificate. It is the largest number in the history of India. Today, we have 40,000 startups. Today morning, there was a student who was living in our society. He's second year IIT Guwahati student. He came to meet me and he was sharing ki, sir, nowadays, because online classes are going on, we want to do a startup. I said, why not? Now, within our campus, there are 3-4 engineers who are studying. Now they want to group and they want to start a company. You never know. By the time they will reach to their respected colleges, there's a new company there and they have already raised some money. That's how the business starts. Business does not start that somebody will invite you. Business starts when you identify a need and you can do something. Examples exist. Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Mark Zuckerberg, I'm sure you must have seen the social, that movie called Social Media, right? That movie was there. So that, which is quite true. So Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook because he wanted to know more about girls in the college. So he want to, exactly, that's a more main interest for boys in the college, that they want to know more about the girls in the hostel. So he created a Facebook, and then Facebook becomes such an important organization today. Facebook, it's been just 15 years, 2006, 2007, Facebook was founded. In 15 years time today, Facebook can even determine the outcome of an election. Imagine 15 years, which was started just as a joke. Today it is becoming one of the most important platforms. Larry Page and Sergey Brin started Google. He they did their MTech research under a professor called Rajiv Motwani. Incidentally, Rajiv Motwani was a graduate of IIT Kanpur in computer science. Then he went to US and he did MS and PhD and become a professor at Stanford. They write an algorithm which was called search-based algorithm paper, which is still, I think, available. If you search Larry Page paper or Sergey Brin paper or MIT, you will still get that original text, original paper which they write it for their MS. It is very widely published. They write that paper, and then that small research become Google. Now, Google is also quite a funny company. Google is just one text box. You go to a lot of a company's website, you will find this, that. In Facebook, you will find two text boxes. One is login, one is password. In Google, there is no even login and password. There is just one text box. Type. Simplicity is there in most of the bigger companies. iPhone, even use. iPhone has even removed the buttons. So sometimes the reason I'm saying that very simple business idea which you have can not only create employment for yourself, but also create employment for others. So before I start taking question, my couple of announcements which I will do, in fact, that will make you happy, that any idea which you have, any idea which you think that can be converted into a business, come to us. You can contact Dr. Bishnoi. Dr. Bishnoi will guide you, and you can also work from Shobit University side. You can also work at the IIT Kanpur. That okay, this idea can be commercialized. If you need any research support, if you need any lab support, that can be provided. Now that is in certain universities, certain private universities, that is a challenge because the government pays, and it is not a fault of the private university, but government spend a lot of money in creating infrastructure. But now, as per the government India norms, all the IITs have to open up the labs to other students also. So even if you have a request, if you write to an IIT, you will be considered. You will be provided an access to a lab and other things, because government also believe that education, because government has paid the money and they have developed the infrastructure. Why only set of people will use it? Everybody can use it. Same notion we have it. If you are an Indian citizen, you are living anywhere in the world, and you have an Indian company, then you can come and incubate with us. Number of funds are there. In fact, day after tomorrow, many of you may not know, 10 crore rupees grant is available with MIT, was available with MIT. I think the shortlisting also happened. There's judging going on. Just at the COVID time, I think more than 500 crores were given to startups just as a grant. Forget about the investment, just as a grant. So if you would have done, if most of you were sleeping during the COVID times, lockdown times, is a bad news, because if you would have done little hard work, today many of you would have gained some grant. But that's not too late. Today also, if you are thinking of taking a placement, I would strongly suggest go for a startup. If you can come up with an interesting business idea today, if you have little sense of technology, do something, bring your group together, bring your friends together. Today, using online mode, everything can happen. Few months back, we have not even thought about that. I can speak to you just like that. Few months back, Dr. Bishnoi would have said, कि सर मेरठ आ जाइए, मेरठ में लेक्चर कराएंगे आपका फेस टू फेस. Now it would have taken me 3 days. एक दिन मेरठ जाना, एक दिन रहना, एक दिन वापस आना. फिर another, of course, that was a face to face meeting, has good fun. हम लोग आराम बढ़िया खाना खाते और वो सब करते वो, that was a different story. But the cost and the time involved was there. Today we can all gather together for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, talk to each other, exchange ideas. It's all possible. So technology has made it all possible. Today, even at IIT, even at Shobit University, the classes are all happening online. किसी से अगर पूछते हैं आप 5 महीने पहले कि सर ऑनलाइन क्लास करना है, इंजीनियरिंग पढ़ना है, people would have said, are you crazy? How do you study engineering online? Today it is possible. So those things are happening. So start thinking of business ideas. There are tons of ideas, I can tell you. There are tons of ideas which are there, which you can think, which you can change. All the businesses, all the traditional businesses, when you go to a mall, malls are empty. You go to a hotel, hotels are empty. When you go to a bus station is empty. You go to airport, airport is empty. But the business has to happen. COVID is not going to go away. Somebody is thinking that by 30th of November, the COVID is going away, or 31st December, 2020 will end, 2020 will, 1st of January, you will wake up and the COVID is gone. It's not going to happen. All the traditional businesses has to change their business models. And if you are one of the disruptors, in few months time, Dr. Bishnoi can tell me that one of our student has raised 5 crores. Possible, entirely possible. But you have to take a challenge. So I look up crisis as a great opportunity. In fact, I'm happy as a scientist or as a academic, I'm happy this crisis happened. And I can tell you why. I know it has been recorded, it is live on Facebook, but I'll tell you why. This crisis is good because people have started respecting scientists again.
True.
In earlier times, I am a Hindu, I am a religious person, but when we trust God more than the human being, then the challenge starts. You God is one place, human being is there. You have to trust the human being. So when you are in crisis, it's the doctor which is saving your life, it's the government who's helping you out, it's my next door neighbor who is working with me and supporting me, my professor is teaching me, my friends are helping me. They all are human beings. Faith is at one side. We were in India, unfortunately, we were discussing more about the faith, less about the science. Science has to go forward for economy to grow. We have to start trusting science. So that COVID has taught us that trust science, invest in healthcare, invest in infrastructure, invest in people, make people more skilled. And once you are skilled, once you are good, when you are educated, then today you don't have to go to London to do the business, but you can do it here. And it's acceptable. We have done tons of meeting, like practically day I spent 4 or 5 hours in talking to people all across the world. And on Zoom, it works fine. Of course, you miss that warmth of meeting personal, but what I see going forward will be, let's say if myself and Dr. Bishnoi has to work together, we will meet once, but physically, but we will meet 10 times virtually. In earlier times was the other way around, 10 times physically and 1 time virtually. Now 1 time meeting physically is also fine. So those business models have to change. So my invitation to all of you, if you have a business idea, if you have something, don't hesitate, please come. You can share with your professors here in Shobit, and you need any help from us, please come forward. We'll be delighted to help you. Now let me take few questions.
Yes, sir. Very interesting session going on, in fact, and we have received few questions on WhatsApp and one and few on the chat box. One question is there, sir. What is the hiring trends that have created the huge opportunities for entrepreneurs?
So
Means, I think, yeah.
in fact, one statistics I share with you is Dr. Neha Yazurvedi. She has asked this question.
Yeah.
So Neha ji, I've shared one statistics with you that 16,000 new starters have registered the last few months. Right? Imagine every startup has to hire only 5 people. That we are talking about 125,000 people, which are high tech. Like startups will require high tech people. They will not just need like low skill but high skill. So, and these startups, let's say their startup wish to hire 10 people, then 100 people. Suddenly the numbers start growing. So this trend is growing, and at the same time, the big companies have also realized that the business model that they have, the technologies they have is not working anymore. The cost of doing innovation in big companies is very, very expensive. So what they are doing is they are coming to startups to ask them, kindly innovate for us, kindly make a product for us. Like if you recall, I have shown you slide, Bharat Dynamics Limited have tied up with a company small like Noka. What is Bharat Dynamics Limited? Bharat Dynamics Limited makes Prithvi missile. One component of Prithvi missile is 10 crores. That was a total valuation of Noka Robotics. But Bharat Dynamics Limited is a Navratna Indian company which is making missiles, precision missiles, which is expert in technology, but they cannot make ventilators. So to make the ventilators, they come to a small company in Noka, say, can you give the design, your design, and we'll make it for you. Same thing Maruti did. Some of you have seen those newspaper reports. Number of companies did that because small companies can create innovation fast because they have knowledge. They can reach out. They are faster in doing things. They don't have to take approvals. If the money is available to them, they can really innovate fast. Big companies, imagine that ITC or Reliance have to innovate. First of all, they will hire 2-3 vice president who will take 5 crore salary each. The 15 crore cost is gone, just like that. Then they will identify a plant. They will do this, they will do that. They will make few trips. By the time 1 year is gone. But whereas startup is hungry, startups do immediately. So that's the reason that startups are getting more successful than the larger company in this situation. And that also creates opportunity because when startups are doing business, they have to hire. They have to hire good quality talent.
Very great. So there is another question. One of our student is asking that during this COVID-19, how this opportunity can help the rural economy to grow up because it is being affected a lot because of a lot of migrant labor and all that. So can this innovation or entrepreneurship in rural area can it work?
So I'll give you a very interesting. Thanks a lot for asking this question. Recently, myself and there is a very senior IS officer. He is a municipal commissioner of Thane, Dr. Vipin Sharma. We both wrote an article and that was published in Indian Express, and that exactly answered the same question. We said entrepreneurship opportunities in rural India for migrant laborers. Now, let me give you a glimpse of that article, what has happened. So, our assumption was that approximately 2 crore people have migrated during April, May, June from big cities back to the rural heartland. Now, that 2 crore population was not just migrated last year or so, they have migrated over 30-40 years period. If you go to Mumbai, you will find people working from Bihar, UP for 30 years, 40 years. You ask any taxi wala, you ask any khomche wala, you ask any factory manager, साहब मैं तो 30 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ यहाँ, मेरे तो फैमिली यहाँ रहती है, मैं प्रतापगढ़ का हूँ, मैं वहाँ का हूँ, मैं पटना से आया हूँ, मैं रांची से आया हूँ, ऐसा बोलते थे. So now our theory was that many of these workers have acquired skills in the last many years, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They have acquired certain skills. And these skills are not just like any skill, they are acquired in a difficult market like Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore. Now, when these workers go back, imagine to Pratapgarh or Morena or Bhind or Kanpur, this situation, if they have small money, we can provide them some support, like few lakh rupees from the government side or somewhere, they can set up this business and they can get the same kind of production what they are doing in Mumbai. So that's how the class B cities and class city will grow. Now, why is the reason class B cities, cities and rural cities does not grow? Because the good quality labor or brain migrates to urban areas. So the same way that we said IIT, our half of the people go to US. Same way the rural India brain also comes to big cities. right? If we can stop that, or if their people, the people who have been already been trained by Westerners or urban cities, they can come back and we can help them out in creating businesses, we can create millions of jobs.
True.
So in fact, it is an opportunity. And the another thing is domestic consumption has increased. People are staying more at home, so they are eating more. They may not be going to the restaurant, but the domestic consumption has increased significantly. Company like ITC, I was speaking to the one of the CEOs of ITC, is heads of the food business. They have launched 40 products during this COVID time in name of Sunfeast, ITC, Atta, Masale, दुनिया भर की चीजें they have launched. So this company is doing very well.
Right, sir. Sir, if you permit, I would like to take one more question.
जी.
Actually, one of our student is asking that could you cite or explain some of the challenges which are generally faced by uh, the startups when they think of doing something, because these are the students, and if a student think of it, what are the challenges they generally face?
So that's a very valid question. The first is you have to find a problem to solve.
Right.
Now, one of the mistakes the startup do is that they think of exit. कि अरे भाई मेरी कंपनी करोड़ों में कैसे आएगी? That's a very wrong way to start anything. You have to have a problem to solve. मैंने आपको example दिया. Mark Zuckerberg was trying to solve a problem that how can I speak to girls in other dorm, or my boy's friend can talk to girls. That was his problem at that time. आगे जाके business कैसे बना वो बात अलग है.
जी.
Google was Sergey and Larry wrote a paper. The problem they were solving is they want to graduate. So they wrote an algorithm which actually became a Google. Bill Gates was trying to solve a problem that he was writing MS code, which eventually can be given to personal computers so that personal computers can come. At that time when Bill Gates was writing his code, there were no personal computers. In 1976, the first personal computers came. So they were trying to solve a problem. And examples also in India, Flipkart. Sachin Bansal and Vinny Bansal, when they graduated from IIT Delhi, they were selling books on Flipkart. In fact, Chetan Bhagat recalled one of the incident that he was in Delhi Book Fair and two young students came to him. He said, "Sir, you are a very known author. Would you like to sell your books on our platform? We are a book selling platform called Flipkart. Today, Flipkart not just sell books, but it sells everything." Same examples exist with Jeff Bezos. So number of such examples exist. If you see Travis Kalanick, who is the founder of Uber, he was trying to solve a problem that people who don't have a car, who don't want to buy a car, who don't want to drive a car, how they can order taxi. Because earlier calling taxi, you have to call, you have to do this, you have to do that. Today you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to carry the money. You just need your phone, and that's it. The phone should have internet. You can practically get Uber anywhere or Ola. So try to solve a problem. Don't think about the money. Money automatically comes. If you have a problem to solve, if you are able to demonstrate that I have a solution and I can reach out a solution, then automatically people will come to support you. And people, not only in terms of money, but also in terms of mentorship, in terms of market, in terms of everything will happen. But solve a problem, don't run after money. Money will run after you afterwards.
Very true. Because most of the people, what they do, they start their startup or any business to earn money, and that is where they sometimes go wrong, because they do so many things which actually not they are not supposed to do in a business. So sometimes even sacrifice the truthfulness, they sacrifice uh, the business ethics and all that, so that they just can earn money fast. So that's a very true and valid point, that it's very important that the students or anybody who starts a business should start to solve a problem rather than to make money. If you are able to do it, you can definitely earn good money, and you can do definitely the good business also. So, sir, there is one more question. Uh, However, you have explained it, but maybe the person could not understand it. That if suppose some non-IITian wants to approach the IIT for incubation or idea, is there any website contact point where they
Yeah,
can
so you
approach?
can, I'll type
Because
down.
just a minute, sir. Because some of the students from other institutions are also connected with us, so they just want to have a general idea because uh, they may not be knowing me also.
So I have just typed down, you may ask one of your person to type on the other group also. So this
Right,
is
sir.
the name of the incubator address, SIC first. And you can, there is a drop down menu, you can apply. If you have an idea, you can make an application. And it's a rigorous process, of course. But if your idea is solving a problem, if your idea, your team is good, then you will be treated as equivalent as anybody else. In fact, that is a policy of IIT, that any incubated company, wherever you come from, whichever background you have, no matter. But once you are in, you are in. And you will have access to all our labs, all our infrastructure in a same way. Any professor of IIT will have the same access. There's no difference. We don't do any difference. That's our policy. So you want to go to biotechnology, you want to access our wind tunnel, you want to do drones, anything you will have full access. But that competition is high, and we do choose very carefully. And more than 60% of the current startups today that we have are non-IITians. That I can also tell you. So
So,
majority is
sir,
non-IITians, only
yeah.
small minority is IITians.
Mhm. And out of curiosity, it's my question basically. Is it there any possibility that an institutions can also get associated with this incubation center?
So if you have, let's say, if you are DST funded incubation center, we do mentor few incubation centers uh,
Okay.
from private and public space, both IIT Mandi, Triple IIT.
No, like if I talk particularly about our institution, Shobit University, we are a private university. Government doesn't fund us. However, we are NEC accredited, and our courses are duly approved by ICTE also.
No, yes, Vishalji, that is not true. The government may not fund you for your teaching, but will fund you for incubation.
No,
There are,
definitely, definitely.
so DST gives money. So even in Ghaziabad, there is a Krishna, ABS.
No, Dr. Agarwal, we have a TBI with us, which is only 12 in the entire country. One of the technology business incubator of Ministry of MSME is in the campus of Shobit University. We do have it. That is why I'm asking that is there
TBI
any?
can work with us. We can
Okay,
certainly help TBI in growing and mentoring. That's something which we can do.
okay. So for that separately, I'll be contacting you.
Sure, sure, please.
Okay, sir. Now I would like to formally thank you. Really, it has been a great pleasure to meet you, to see you, and to interact with you, and the students and some of the people who have joined us from outside. We are thankful to them also. And sir, thank you to you, Dr. Agarwal, a lot for sparing time from your precious and busy schedule. I know that nowadays you are very busy, and but on a by very short request on a very short notice you could spare your time. And thank you very much, Dr. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vishalji, for inviting. It's been very interesting always to talk to people and interact with them. As you have understood, I am very passionate about technology and innovation. Any support I can give from my side, I'll be delighted.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaskar. Namaskar.